Hey guys, welcome back to Chubby Retro. So today we are going to be taking a look at EGM issue 97 from August of 1997. It's the cover art is Luke Skywalker fighting Boba Fett in the Star Wars Masters of Terras fighting game. It also has an article on Lara Croft. Also, it has MK Mythology Sub-Zero, Director's Cut of Resident Evil, and NFL 98. Once again, it's one of the thinner editions, probably 120 pages or so. So let's go ahead and take a look. Cool computer-generated artwork. I mean, Luke kind of doesn't look like Luke, but I mean, I like this cover. It's a very cool cover. As being a Star Wars fan, I quickly picked this magazine up when I saw it on the newsstand. So if you open it up, it has an open up ad for Fighting Force, which was a brawler, kind of like Double Dragon, kind of like The Punisher by Marvel. And it's like glued up there for some reason, so I don't want to tear it. But yeah, so it's Fighting Force. It's a 2-page ad here, and as many of you guys know, I appreciate the 2-page ads. I think it really, it's a cool way of advertising, and you know, seeing the different art styles people would use to kind of sell their products, sell their games. So it's kind of cool. Let's see, NFL Quarterback Club, NHL Breakaway 98 by Acclaim Sports. Also, Ed Semrad wrote a, let's see, EGM evolves again. The past revisited and Ed takes a new position. So, Superstar Soccer. I don't know or didn't know a lot about soccer back in the day, but I did know when this game came out that I wanted it. And so we had it for the N64 and we had fun. Like I mentioned before, I would either be the USA or Brazil, because I think Brazil was a powerhouse. Maybe they still are, I don't know. But I used to have a lot of fun with this game. Let's see here. So they had some special editions come out. Sports video games, Ultimate Guide to Fighting Games, video games for the Nintendo 64. I think I have that one up on my channel. If not, I definitely will be putting it up. An ad here for Machine Hunter, which is a 3D shooter. 2-page ad for World Series Baseball 98 for the Sega Saturn. I wonder who developed this. If anybody, like I mentioned in a previous video, if anybody has Amazon Prime, there's a cool documentary. It's a 4-episode documentary on Madden video game by EA Sports. And the first episode has a story about Madden and Joe Montana football on the Genesis. And it has at the end of it, it kind of has a curious tidbit. So I wonder who developed this baseball game. Here, so they have this month, Uncle Sam wages wars on home consoles. She's not just another pretty face. Lara Croft, the glitz and glamour video game shows, referencing probably E3. Of course, here is Star Wars the fighting game, and Resident Evil DC. I thought that was Dreamcast. I was like, whoa, they were ahead of the curve. But no, it says for PlayStation, Director's Cut. Another ad for Wild Arms. Sega Bandai merger gets canceled. Sega announces price cuts for the Sega Saturn through declare the Saturn will be lowered to $150 to match the current price of the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation. There will be a game pack-in version that will retail for $170. Interesting. Currently known, N64 Dream. Currently known as Dream, Rare's top secret Nintendo 64 title has been kept hush-hush by Nintendo. The final title of the game not known. Rare has been referenced into the game as Dream while it is in development, but at E3 a final name of the game. What did this end up being? What did Dream? Could it have been? My guess is that it was Jet Force Gemini. That just seems like that's what that would become. But if anybody knows, put it in the comments. What was N64's Rare's top secret game that they were referencing as codename Dream? Single Track joins the Dream Team. Sony developers lured away by Nintendo. Single Track they made. So what did they release for the N64? The 64DD, something that never came out. These Batman-looking controllers. This is Fighting Force, Tomb Raider 2, Death Trap Dungeon. Tobal 2 gets canceled or canned, so the US gamers are not going to get it. Earthworm Jim Forever, 3D take on the series. The Mortal Kombat, Clay Fighter 63 and a third ad. Resident Evil still hunts N64. So they hadn't announced it yet, but there was rumors that it was coming out. Of course, this EGM subscribers only Sushi X files. Aliens message sent to Earth. Atari Jaguar still rules. Did it ever rule? Introducing a collection of games that laughs in the face of technology. Namco Museum Volume 4. Pac-Land, The Return of Ishtar, Assault, the Genji and Heike clans, and Ordyne. So the top 10 of the month for PlayStation, it was Air Combat 2, Ray Storm and Poi Poi. Nintendo 64, it was Star Fox, International Superstar Soccer, and Blast Corps once again. Saturn was Shining the Holy Ark, Fighters Mega Mix, and Street Fighter Alpha 2, with the overall being Air Combat 2, Star Fox, and Ray Storm, which is the top 3. And these are all games that were coming soon. Apocalypse, Armored Core, Batman and Robin for PlayStation, N64, Clay Fighter, Jeopardy, Lamborghini 64, Mission Impossible, and Saturn, Duke Nukem 3D, Sonic's Jams, 10 Pin Alley. There's only one thing more torturous than playing Death Trap Dungeon. It's not playing it. I mean, that's an interesting 2-page ad there, I'd say. And the gossip. Sega's new 64-bit console. NEC sets sights on industry. Force feedback not included. Sony's 4 hot titles. Namco System 33 board. And price drop of N64 titles in America. Thank goodness, because N64 cartridges, if you were around back in the late 90s, some of those games were like $80. 3-page ad for Outer World Abe's Odyssey. Some preview photos or prototypes of Aero Fighter Assault for Nintendo 64, MK Mythology Sub-Zero, which was the 2D side-scroller. Very, very cool ad for Final Fantasy VII, so I'm assuming it had not come out yet. It says reserved now at participating retailers. Resident Evil coming out on the Saturn. Courier Crisis, which was what, probably like a new version of Paperboy. Never played that. Thunder Truck Rally for the PlayStation. Dragon Ball GT. Youngblood Clock Tower. This is an advertisement, which was like a horror game. creepy. Reboot, which was a TV show. Now, did the TV show come out after the game or before? Preview for Clock Tower, preview for Felony 1179, and then a retro Sega Ages CD for Sega Saturn. Includes Outrun, Space Harrier, and Afterburner 2. It's only $39.95, which was probably expensive back then for that. Beast Wars, Death Trap Dungeon, and a ad for Raystorm. Violent Seed, Freaking Fast, Ghost in the Shell, Bravo Air Race, and a ad for Albert Odyssey Legend of Eldian for Sega Saturn. It's amazing how many games come out that we never even, I mean, how many games back in the day came out that you never even heard of? That they would just come out, I mean, it's just like they were so niche. So the game of the month for this month was Air Combat 2 for the, I'm assuming, PlayStation. 9, 8, 8.5, and 8. And then here is, of course, that game.com that Tiger put out. It didn't seem like it was a poorly designed system. I never played it, but I never got the name. And so this is something that I did not tear out. And I don't want to tear it out, so I will. Unbelievable graphics and animation, awesome touchscreen, the ultimate portable gaming system, hot games, internet, email. Oh, okay. So I missed it as a kid, so that's why it was called game.com, because it had internet and email access on it. So it was kind of like a main menu screen. So it was like a BlackBerry type of thing. I mean, nobody was using it for business, but it had access to that. So that's where it would connect to the internet, and that's where the whole, okay. Now I get it. 30 years later, I get it. Shining, The Holy Ark, Machine Hunter, and Lethal Enforcers 1 and 2. An ad for Ogre Battle. And then a 2-page ad for one of the greatest games in the history of video games, GoldenEye. I mean, who didn't play this game all day and all night and all day and all night in the summer? This was the game to get. Good memories for that game. Very good memories. And some tricks of the trade for Turok. Too bad there's not a cheat code to take out the fog. That would have been cool. Buster Brothers Collection, Peak Performance, Bug 2. Triple Play 98, and look out, there's a spooky guy coming your way. War Gods, Brahma Force, War Gods, Doom, ID4, Descent Maximum, and it's Jersey Devil. Quick references to prior issues. FIFA Soccer, Die Hard Trilogy, Die Hard Arcade, Need for Speed 2. And Gex, or Jex, the Gecko. 2-page ad. I don't know what this game is, but it looks spooky. Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, which was just recently remastered and released, I think, or it's coming out. Peacetime Programmers, before the fighting game developers worked for Uncle Sam. So these are some developers that were making military games or flight games that all had prior experience with the government before going into game developing. Paradigm, yeah, I think they developed Pilot Wings, right? Or not the camera. F1 Pole Position 64. Special feature on Single Track, which is which is still that feature on the military guys. And Codename Tanka ad. And now we're getting to the special feature, which is the Star Wars fighting game. Can LucasArts make Street Fighters out of Luke, Leia, and company? I don't know. Once again, a very cool poster, pull-out poster. I don't know, like I mentioned, I never played this game. I was intrigued by it, but I never played it. It was intriguing to fight with these characters, but like I said, these screenshots, I mean, they looked bad. They looked fuzzy, they looked pixelated. I don't know. Some accessories, an ad for Tecmo. Dynasty Warriors ad. What is that? G-Police feature. Colony Wars, Overboard, Shadowmaster, Rascal, and Cyberdeck. So an ad for Tank Shooter Steel Rain on the PlayStation. And Polygonal Pinup. Lara's a classy dame and a real heartbreaker. She'll also bust your chops if you don't treat her right. Okay. This is obviously what they were. I was surprised they didn't put this on the cover. They were obviously targeting a certain age group with the stack stats. I mean, the fact that they have her height, she's tall, 5'8", 119 pounds. 34D, waist 24, hips 34, alias Laura Cruz. So there's probably some more on Lara Croft, Dark Rift, Independence Day, ad for the, you can win a grand prize of that TV. The year of the show. So this is a breakdown of all the conventions: CES, AOU, Acme, Tokyo Toy Show, ASI, and then in June was E3. And all of these shows, I mean, there's still some conventions, but it's changed. Now everybody does their Nintendo Directs or their YouTube videos, and they just post on there what the new, you know, when the Switch 2 gets announced, it's just going to be a YouTube video, you know? So, I mean, that kind of sucks. I mean, I wish it was still back like the old days, but it is what it is. Dungeons and Dragons Collection, Sky Target, Fly the Unfriendly Skies, MDK, what the heck does it stand for? Murder, Death, Kill. Oh, it does not stand for that. It's an abbreviation for Max Dr. Fluke. I don't think that's right. I think it's the first one. And then an ad for games. Machine Hunter. I remember these like postcard trading cards from Midway. San Francisco Rush, Maximum Force, or Maximum Orc. Mesa Dark Age, which is cool. And War Gods. Yeah, postcards. Poi Poi, part Bomberman, 2 parts Poi. Resident Evil Director's Cut. It's so funny, if you try to play this game now, if you try to pull out your PlayStation and play the original Resident Evil Director's Cut, the original, it's kind of hard. Because all these FMVs were kind of corny. Super Street Fighter 2 Collection. Lethal Enforcers 1 and 2. Those are games that I always wanted for Super Nintendo because of the guns. I thought that was so cool. Never got it. Got stuck playing Duck Hunt. videogamespot.com. See, that's where in previous videos, so now look, it says our multi-step online programmer reviews, previews, video demos, hints, and cheats. Will challenge you with their contest, motivate you thousands of dollars of prize, and let you share your feelings in review center. So then now you're starting to see a lot of the websites come into the mix, which was funny because by EGM advertising Video Game Spot, I don't know if they were the same company, but by them advertising this, they're basically promoting who's going to end up putting them out of business eventually. So I would have said no. Star Fox 64 sweepstakes, grand prize, a Nintendo home video game system, Star Fox with the Rumble Pack, 3 additional color controllers, 3 additional Rumble Packs. But it says 1 Nintendo home video game system. It doesn't say a Nintendo 64. So if they wanted to, they could probably give you a Virtual Boy, which would have been cool. 1 for PlayStation as a preview here. Jersey Devil. So there's that spooky guy that we saw earlier in the ad. So it looks like it's a 3D adventure. Huh. I don't recall that game. Dead or Alive Arcade. You can win it. I'm surprised Arcade 1UP never released one. Madden 98. A preview. So yeah, cool documentary on Madden if you guys are interested. MRC for N64. I rented this game. It was very cool, very fun. NCAA football. Looks so different than today, right? NHL Power Play and some late reviews. NBA Hang Time got a 5 and a 6. Grand Slam got a 7.5 and an 8. And a review of Top Gear Rally. Some letters to the editor. So this ad, I never liked that ad. It was weird that they would take off the eyelids. Very weird. Top 10 sports games of all time. ISS 64, I would agree that was very good. Some cool letter art. And a preview of the upcoming editions. Featured stories going to be Tomb Raider. And of course, what are we at? 16, 18, 20, 1, 22. And a 2-page ad for Herc's Adventure. So, Mega Man 8. So about 120 some pages. Once again, a far cry from the 300, 400 pages that we looked at previously. But, so that's a quick look at EGM issue 97. Once again, guys, like, subscribe, and comment. Share with any friends. Share my videos. I would appreciate it. I'm trying to kind of build this channel up, so any help from you guys, I really do appreciate. And thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.